Peaches had been slipping in and out of consciousness for days, her body exhausted and her spirit clearly preparing for the final stretch. Everyone around her felt the weight of what was coming, but no one expected the twist she had been carrying in silence for years. When the episode opens, the house is dim, the atmosphere heavy, and Peaches knows she doesn't have much time left. She calls for Shanice first, her voice fragile but filled with urgency. Shanice rushes in thinking Peaches needs water or help or a doctor. But Peaches shakes her head and says she needs the truth to come out before she leaves this world. Peaches waits until the room is quiet, until Shanice is sitting beside her holding her hand, and then she asks for Leslie. At first, Leslie hesitates in the doorway, unsure why she's being called, unsure why Peaches' eyes are brimming with guilt and desperation. But the moment Peaches tells them both to come closer, something shifts. She looks at the two women with a sadness that cuts through the room. Her breathing becomes uneven, her hands tremble, and she apologizes even before revealing anything, as if she has carried the burden of this secret for decades. And then Peaches says the words that rewrite everything. You are sisters." The room freezes. Shanice pulls her hand back, stunned, shaking her head, trying to understand if she heard correctly. Leslie immediately looks at Peaches, then at Shanice, as if she's seeing her for the first time in her life. Peaches begins explaining through tears that long ago, before either of them were old enough to remember, there was a situation she couldn't control. A child who needed protecting, a past mistake that snowballed into a lie too big to confess. Shanice was the child Peaches raised publicly. Leslie was the child she hid from the world because of circumstances Peaches had always been too ashamed to share. Peaches admits she had promised someone, a family member long gone, that she would never reveal the truth, believing it would keep everyone safe. But over the years the guilt ate at her. She watched Shanice and Leslie clash, misunderstand, drift apart, reconnect and fight again, never knowing they were tied together by blood. Every argument between them cut Peaches deeper. Every moment one of them struggled made her wish she had been brave enough to tell the truth sooner. But now, standing at the edge of her life, she can't leave without clearing her soul. She can't die with this truth buried inside her. Not when it belongs to them. Shanice breaks down, overwhelmed and disoriented. Her entire life story suddenly shifts beneath her. Leslie stands stiff, shocked, her mind racing through memories, similarities, instincts she never paid attention to. Peaches reaches for Leslie's hand next, asking for forgiveness for keeping her at a distance, explaining that she never stopped loving her. She was just terrified of the consequences that the truth would bring. She wanted both girls safe, even if it meant sacrificing her own peace. The emotional weight becomes unbearable when Peaches starts coughing, her strength fading rapidly. Shanice begs her to rest, to stop talking, but Peaches shakes her head. She whispers that this is the one truth she refuses to take to her grave. She needs them to know they belong to each other, that they were never alone, that the connection they felt, even in their worst moments, came from blood, not coincidence. As the episode edges toward its final moments, Peaches holds both their hands tight, tears streaming down her cheeks, and whispers that this is her final confession. Leslie and Shanice sit together in silence, stunned, shattered, and bound in a way neither of them ever imagined. The secret Peaches protected her entire life now lies open and raw between them, and her final breath carries the weight of relief, and the beginning of a new storm that is about to shake West Haven to its core.